We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Ray Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
Give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
Go for it,
Yeah, we're live, pal. Welcome to Go for the Pin, episode 129, with your boys. First, I am Mike EQ, the slap professor, pal, and I'm also joined today by first to my right on the screen here.
King V, aka Crystal Marshall Mathers. I can tell that you're feeling me by the way you looking at me. Okay, sorry. It was necessary.
Okay.
And also,
also joined by
DJ Knuckles, your boy, Mr. Thursday Night. It's our anniversary, Mike.
Woo! Give it a buzz.
Woo-hoo!
Give it a buzz. Let's do it.
Oh
yes,
man,
right, we are
happy
live, pal.
anniversary!
It's a party over here. I don't know what y'all doing, but it's going down where I'm at. Well, y'all need to come on over. It's going down. Listen to me.
Ray says Stevie Knuckles.
Can we please leave my uncle out of this? I'm ready.
John says, do you think the Rock's daughter? No. Do you think the Rock's daughter?
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. And
The Rocker?
As always, John, the Rocker. Thank you always, John, and everybody else for joining us tonight. It is our anniversary.
Yeah.
It feels good, you know. Cue Tony. It feels good. Mitchell Clark's in the building. I have
Mitchell.
What's up, Mitchell? Ray says happy anniversary. Thank you. I want to apologize because we was late tonight because of yours truly. So I apologize for having a little technical difficulties, but you know,
his gimmick got caught up with his shavings.
Yeah, my gimmick stopped working last minute. You know, I hate when that happens. Anyway, you know, you're all ready to go, and then your gimmick. All right, never mind. B, why don't you start us off on this illustrious landmark show that we have in here?
Let me get out of character first, because this this is making me dizzy.
Please.
Okay.
Oh man! So first and also foremost, happy anniversary, guys!
Woo!
Happy anniversary,
yes.
Man. Let's start off with the announcement with one of the announcements that I said that we were going to have last week.
Shall be worried.
The second one you might be.
Be very afraid.
So this is something.
I thought John asked an interesting question about a boxing ring compared to a wrestling ring. I love John's questions because he wants to box with it. All right, is a boxing ring harder / stiffer than a wrestling ring because a wrestling ring moves up and down a bit when you walk on it, and a boxing ring doesn't move at all, I believe. Okay, I guess I'll take it. So a boxing ring obviously is not designed to take bumps in. That's why it's harder and stiffer than a wrestling ring. It's built differently, right? A boxing ring is just built. It's just down to how it's built. It's built differently. Like boxing, it's literally meant to fight in. You know what I mean? Like legitimately fight in. A ring is supposed to take more abuse because you have guys and girls bumping all the time on the ring, and you also don't want, I think also, like, if you start taking falls in a boxing ring, don't quote me on it, because of how it is designed, you could actually like get really hurt taking like a bump boxing ring because it is so.
A boxing ring has The boxing ring I was in had no springs underneath.
Right.
There was no flex.
Yeah,
there was no flex. So if you take a bump, you might as well be taking a bump on your living room floor. So
yeah, yep.
Okay, we're gonna get the Ray's comment. We're gonna get the John's comment after the announcement.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this the Tony Khan announcement? No, because I like THC. Right?
We're not going there yet.
It's not a Tony Khan. I like THC, so it's not a Tony Khan announcement.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go, B.
So
hey,
this is something
about my selection.
Save it.
Okay.
Announcement. This is something that Mike and I have been thinking about for a while.
Oh, I'm involved. Oh.
Yeah. Yes, nigger bean, you are.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
This is the type of show you're getting.
More.
So when you guys met Go for the Pin 3 years ago, it was a 2-man group, right?
Yes.
It has now evolved into a 3-man group. And to quote Adam Pearce,
Oh, sorry. Serious announcement.
I think it's time that we make it official. So we always called Knuckles our official, unofficial third member. And the announcement is that we want to officially make you, Shoot Pal, you, John, our official third member. Meaning that we'll be updating the logo. We'll be updating the logo and as well as the merch. You've been a part of the show for so long, and honestly, at this fucking point, it's not Go for the Pin without you. So we want to go ahead and publicly extend the offer to you to become our official third member of Go for the Pin.
What do you say, pal?
Wow. Oh, of course I accept.
Woo! There it is. Hold on, wait, there it is. You guys heard it here first. DJ Knuckles officially a part of Go for the Pin.
Wow.
There it is, everybody.
That's fucking crazy. Wow. I'm so blindsided right now. I had no idea.
That's the point, pal.
Yeah, I guess that is the point. Wow. Wow, I'm floored. I'm honored. Like I'll keep it a stack, and I ain't gonna hold you. Like 2 years ago when I first started watching the show, I was immediately hooked. This show is so entertaining, and it's just the best of both worlds. You got so many personalities with Mike and V, and I just tried to play my part. I really didn't even think I was gonna be some kind of staple on this show when I first started watching, but man, I'm honored, man. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are man, I don't know. I'm really trying to hold it together right now. This is crazy. This is really crazy, man. I appreciate. I don't have any words, man. I'm never Will, please.
Oh my! I'm sorry.
I was trying to, but yeah, like all jokes aside, y'all, man. This couldn't have come really at a better time. Me and V had a conversation yesterday, and he kind of knows like where my head is at, and thing like that. And Mike, I'll have that conversation with you at a later date. But yeah, this is crazy, man. I'm through. I'm done. I can go to sleep now. I can log off and just go to sleep if I wanted to.
One more topic. No, we need you. It's our anniversary show.
Yeah, we need you.
DJ Knuckles, everybody. Oh man.
And now I got a couple more things to say. So yesterday yesterday is our official anniversary, right? We had our very first show, April 26, 2020.
Yes.
That day just so happens to be the birthday of my best friend.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm gonna say this really quick, so I won't cry. Mike, no, shoot, pal, Michael.
I think they know my real name.
Yeah, I mean at this point, because I said it plenty of times on the show. Said it plenty of times on the show. So, for those who are new to the show, Mike and I have known each other since we were about 5 years old.
Yeah.
And oh God, here we go. Already 10 minutes into the show. A lot of people don't understand how much Mike means to me. And when things got hard, Mike was there. And there's no one else I would rather do the show with. So hopefully you enjoyed your birthday yesterday. And Michael, I love you.
I love you too.
My best friend. You're my best friend. You're my brother. And yeah. So if you haven't shown Mike any love, go ahead and do that right now. And now I got that out the way without crying. Woo!
I appreciate you guys. I love both of y'all. I really do, and I appreciate y'all. So it's funny. It's the anniversary show, right? So it's funny. So when I thought of the idea behind this show, right? Like when I literally. So as most of you guys know, and shout out to Jeff Meacham for everything that he's done for us, like especially in the early stages of this show. Jeff Meacham was starting up his own like network, right? Like of shows, and now he has a bunch of shows on the Jeff Meacham network, and I'm proud of him. Ray, I love you too, bro. Definitely, homie for over 10 years. Yeah, word. Time is flying. But John, don't worry, we'll get to all of your questions. Just give us a second.
Yeah, give us a second.
We got time tonight.
This is the sentimental part of the show.
Yeah.
We'll get to you, John. Hold on, we're not there yet.
Don't worry.
Damn.
But so I'll make this quick. I went to Jeff with an idea, right, of a wrestling podcast, a weekly wrestling podcast. And Jeff was all for it, right? He said, how do you want to do it? However you want to do it, you do it. Maybe you can find a co-host and you guys can just do it. And the idea was to send it to Jeff so that he can air it. I think we originally did it like Friday nights or maybe.
Yeah, it was Friday nights.
Yeah, it was all over the place. And Friday's just not like everybody knows. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people know like, in my real life, I DJ a lot on the weekends and I do other things.
But it was like a well, we're still in a pandemic, but it was like the beginning of the pandemic.
Are we though?
Yeah.
The people, aka the government, likes to think that we're not, but we definitely are because there's people still dying. But yes, go ahead, Mike.
Okay. Anyway, like I said, I'll make this quick. So I told Jeff there's only one person I want to do this show with, and that was V. Right. And I hit up V. I gave him the idea. Well, I told him what my idea was. He came with his ideas also. And we just kind of combined the two. And that's how Go for the Pin was created 3 years ago. It literally is like, all right, we already was kind of doing like prediction shows and review shows. So I'm like, all right, well, how about a weekly show? And, and again, thank you to Jeff because he did get us a lot of exposure early, especially being associated with NoDQ.com, whether you guys like what goes on over there a lot or not, but it is what it is. It's still a lot of exposure, and it's more exposure than we would have had if we did not.
I love Jeff.
That We love Jeff. But yeah,
I love Jeff.
I'll leave it there. But yeah, just I want to personally, I want to thank Jeff, but this is so important. I want to thank V so much for everything that he's done for me, not just professionally, but personally. And 3 years in the books. Here's to however many years more. You know what I mean? We ain't stopping anytime soon. So I just want to get that out the way. And for everybody that hold on, Will says nobody has a riff with Aaron. I'm gonna leave Aaron out of this. But I'm gonna leave.
Please do.
I'm gonna leave Aaron out of this. But
mark these.
All right.
Sorry.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody that has been a part of this. You mentioned Knuckles, of course. Knuckles, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us and have done for this show. And I'm so happy to have you officially a part of the show, even though you already were. But we're gonna work on new intro video. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet, but we're gonna work on a new logo, like V said, merchandise and everything like that. So definitely got a lot coming soon. So everybody just stay tuned to that. And everybody that wished me a happy birthday yesterday, that called and text or posted me or just you thought about me for 2 seconds on my birthday, I can't thank you enough for that. Like, that means the world to me. So just thank you. I just am grateful. Thank you to everybody. All right. I think we got everything out of the way. I do want to start getting to some of the questions. Like I said, well, like Knuckles suggested last week, we could do questions. You know what I'm saying? We could do questions.
Yeah, we can.
That's I mean, because
let's do this. Was this past week in wrestling that interesting to where we need to talk about it? God. Okay.
Not on television. Not on television.
Not on television.
We will get there. I just want to know that we got some clan hoods to peel the fuck back. And I just want to let you know that King V, the motherfucking ruler, will be doing so.
All right. So John asks, why do you think TNA got rid of the octagon ring? It kind of looked cool because it was unique. That's actually a good question. I
thought it was a hexagon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was six sides. Six sides.
Yeah, it's hexagon. But I give.
Yes,
yeah.
You're right. Yes, because it was 6 sides. Yes.
That's a good question. I don't know. It was, in the words of me, I said, "You Nick." I don't know why they got rid of it.
I think when Hogan and Bischoff came in, they thought it was stupid.
Oh, of course. Yes. The racist ruins everything. But we'll get to racism later.
We're talking about Hogan here, there. I'm going to leave Eric Bischoff
and just Sting didn't like it either.
Sting didn't like it. But Sting worked in it.
Right, but he didn't like it.
And
I think the only reason...
Booker didn't like it either. Booker said it was stupid. Like, how do you hit the ropes?
Let's go down to brass tacks.
I'm gonna shut up about that.
Let's name the people who liked it and used it to its fullest potential. AJ Styles, Amazing Red, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Low Key.
Shout to Low Key.
All of those guys are.
Wait, did Low Key do something I should know about?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Well, the majority of those guys, with the exception of maybe Samoa Joe, are what you might want to call springboard superstars.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the people who didn't like it. Sting, Hogan, Bischoff.
Basically all of the bigger guys.
And older guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sting was older. One of them can't wrestle, and then there's Booker T.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's that. All right. Let's keep moving. We got some comments. All right. So John, again, love the comments, John. Keep them coming.
Appreciate you, John.
Who was a better general manager character in the ruthless aggression era? Eric Bischoff or Teddy Long? Eric Bischoff.
Teddy Long.
Oh,
Teddy Long. Teddy Long. Teddy Long. Yes.
I'm going Eric Bischoff. I'm going Eric Bischoff. I'm going Eric Bischoff. I think Teddy Long was a great general manager. Period. Right. I think that.
I mean, and that's why, Mike, you're gonna go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
And if you can survive that, we're gonna have a 6-man tag team match play.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
You know, it's the Mac Militant.
Get it on. Oh, yeah. All right. What was the most horrible WWE botch ever? I hate the word botch. Botch ever. Which one was the funniest botch ever? Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil.
I mean, was Titus O'Neil?
Yes, absolutely, Titus O'Neil.
Absolutely.
Now you see him, now you don't. I didn't know, bro. Watching it live, I didn't know what had happened. I'm like, wait, where did he go? You see him running. It's funny because I'm glad he didn't get hurt. Like, because he could have actually split his whole head up. Now it's funny because he didn't get hurt.
He could have killed himself as fast as he was running.
Yeah.
If he'd have went head first into one of them beams under the ring, he probably would have killed himself.
You see him, and then now you don't see him. Right, Titus. We're talking about Titus O'Neil at the greatest Royal Rumble,
greatest Royal Rumble,
in Country Redacted. Yeah. So.
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was the funniest. The worst, like the most horrible. So you mean
to me?
Say it again?
To me, the worst botch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and it was an accident. Accidents happen, right? Was when Owen accidentally broke Steve Austin's neck.
Owen 316 says, "I just broke your neck." Yeah,
you know, and you know, of course, it wasn't intentional. Of course, you know, in wrestling, mistakes happen. People are human. Of course, Owen felt awful.
Yeah,
because he's talked about it. But I think when it comes to botches, because it resulted with the legitimate injury.
Yeah,
that kind of changed his career. You know, changed Steve Austin's career.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that one.
Yeah, Austin had to work
a
differently.
couple. Yeah, that's a couple though. But isn't that kind of like a blessing in disguise? Because if he wouldn't have had that injury, do you think we might have got Stone Cold?
I think we would have. I think we still would have.
Yeah.
I'm of the belief, like always, that like the cream rises to the top. So I feel like for example, right? Triple H was supposed to win the 96 King of the Ring, right? And then, you know, supposed to go on from, obviously he didn't because of the curtain call incident. Triple H still became Triple H.
And fucking Stephanie.
But yeah, so the point is, I think that, yeah, everybody's, I'm sorry.
Oh, y'all heard what the fuck I said.
Oh man, all right. I think that Stone Cold would have still been Stone Cold though. To answer your question, Knuckles.
I got a bunch of botches.
Okay,
honestly.
Yeah.
Edge ending Armando Estrada's in-ring career. That was when he when Edge when he did the flip over the top.
Yeah,
and he that was Armando Estrada, wasn't it?
No shade. I legitimately thought that, and I forgot he had an in-ring career.
Yeah,
and that's not shady. The shade will be coming later in the show. I legitimately did not know he had an in-ring career.
Edge did a front flip dive over the top, and he jammed that dude's neck, and that ended his career. That's how he became a manager. That's one. Psycho Sid breaking his whole left side.
Woo!
Yeah. And it was visible on TV. That's why that one is the worst botch for me, because you see.
But that was WCW though, right?
Yes.
I think he said.
Oh, he said WWE botch. Yeah. Okay, I didn't.
Technically, definitely, that was gruesome. Like, I mean, that was hard to watch. That was hard to watch.
Undertaker getting burnt at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, he was legit on fire. Yeah. He's legit on fire. Mr. Clark said Teddy Long to answer that question also. Ray said Hogan think he can use the N-word. All right.
I will talk about you nignogs that allow white people to do some racist ass shit and not say anything about it. I'm sorry.
Do you think The Rock's daughter can use some of The Rock's moves like the People's Elbow? I feel like you asked that last week also, and and it's cool. I don't think she should though. I don't think she should.
I'm okay with Ava using the rock bottom.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't see her doing right. Same difference.
Yeah.
I personally can't see her doing the People's Elbow. The Uranagi, sure.
Because it's used by other people.
It was stupid when The Rock did it. It's stupid now. Yes, I know it's the most electrifying move and all. So it was stupid. It was because The Rock was The Rock is why it got over. But you want to talk about one of the dumbest moves in history?
Do you actually know the origin of that move?
Yes, he did it to get to pop the boys, from what I could remember.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, wrestling inside terms. But yeah, he did it to pop the boys back in the 90s or whatever. I think he did it at a house show, and then like they was like, I bet you won't do it on TV. And was it Triple H that bet him that he wouldn't do it on TV?
I don't know, but I think he tried to. I know there was a story floating around because I watched WWE Network, and there was a thing floating around where The Rock was trying to do it to break Undertaker.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I heard that story too. Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was stupid, but it just got over. It was just it's because of The Rock that it got over. But
yeah.
Hold up. Let me see. Was ECW part of WWE? Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, technically. Yes.
Wait, on and off TV.
Yeah, that part.
You don't know that.
Yeah. Well, the original ECW, Vince was giving money to Heyman. Yeah.
Why does the 9? I need to lose weight. This 9 looks extremely large. This looks like This looks like
y'all want to talk
about. This looks like 99 on my shirt.
We're just kind of going, guys. Anything y'all want to talk about, leave it in the comments. If y'all anything, if there's anything about, just put it out there. Wrestling related, of course. Is the Intercontinental title higher than the United States Championship?
Yes.
Now, yeah.
I mean, to me, the Intercontinental Championship was always considered the workhorse. The workhorse title, and not a title held by someone who shouldn't be around people under the age of 18.
And there it
is. All right.
Seriously, for the fact that as a fan growing up, I've always known the Intercontinental title to be that workhorse title. And for the fact that I'm fighting through it and nobody else is wild to me. Yes, I think it's higher than the U.S. title, personally.
Okay.
I agree. I think the lineage of the Intercontinental Championship is more prestigious than the United States Championship. But I mean, that's my personal opinion. I know the United States Championship, again, it might be a little biased because United States Championship came from WCW.
Well, actually, it came from AWA first.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Yes, it did.
You're right.
If you want to go way back.
Yeah, way. Okay. All right.
And remember, guys, I'm 27. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. All right.
27 plus.
Knuckles wearing that Knicks jersey proudly.
You better believe it, Will. You better believe it, Will.
As he should. Every show was pretty much a 2 count for me. Ray says from this past week in wrestling. Okay. Well, I have a minute.
Fair.
Yes, of course. Battle Club Pro happened last Friday.
I almost don't want to listen to this.
Say it again. You don't want to listen to this.
I almost don't want to listen to this because I want to watch it.
Oh, spoilers for Knuckles, pal.
All right, so maybe I shouldn't give the. All right,
go ahead. Yeah, you could go. You could go ahead. I'll just know who won, but I'll still want to watch the matches. So,
all right, I won't go into everything. Of course, Steve Peng is still your 5-point champion. He defeated Simon Gotch in a great main event at Ante Up. Darius Carter and Jorge Santi had like the match of the night. They killed it out there, and you know I don't like giving Darius anything, but yeah, they killed it out there. Jordy Lee was a surprise. Cosmic also was a surprise.
Love Jordy.
So, hey Jordy.
Hi Jordy.
So, was that Jordy just now? Just heard a vibration. Anyway.
Good vibration.
But I'll make it quick. Your new tag team champions are the Scotta Ricans.
Yes.
See how that happened? You guys are gonna have to watch the show, but because they weren't even in the match. Okay, I'll leave it there. They weren't even in the match. They were not wrestling for the tag team titles. They actually defeated Prolific. And you know, Auntie Lala.
Hi Lala.
Hey La.
This is a Ruthless Lala stand account.
Of course.
Respectfully, of course.
Respectfully.
Hold up. Thank you. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated.
I'm not gonna lie. When the Scotta Ricans won, I low-key shed a tear.
I did too, and I was literally like 5 feet away from them. Because you know what it was? Jordy started crying, and then I was like, you know what I mean?
The funny thing is, when I saw her pose with them, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna cry. Okay, great.
Yeah, but you guys should check it out. If you guys have Title Match Wrestling, it should be up there soon if it's not on there yet. And I'm sure certain matches will be on YouTube. So just type up.
It's not.
Guys, I know it's
not on there yet because I've been looking.
Okay, well. I know that Battle Club's more of like a Northeast, promotion, but guys, if you're on the West Coast, if you're in the Midwest, wherever you're at, just check
Southeast.
it out. It's a great product. It really is, and I'm not just saying that because I am closely associated with them. I
can vouch for
think it. I think it's a great company, and I think you guys will like it. All right. We do not have a shortage of questions and comments, so this is good.
We don't
like it.
This is good.
I like it.
What did you guys enjoy more in the Ruthless Aggression?
Oh, which
SmackDown
okay.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Raw.
SmackDown.
Ruthless Aggression era?
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Ruthless Aggression era. That was, remember, Knuckles, that was the what did they call them? The 6, the 5 or the 6.
Oh yeah, the SmackDown 6.
SmackDown 6, yeah. Like I enjoyed that more than what was going on Raw. I mean, Raw had Evolution. And then what?
Yeah.
Raw had Evolution. Raw had the return of Shawn. Raw had wow. Okay.
I mean, Raw also had Mike's favorite female wrestler.
What was that?
Trish and Lita rivalry.
Trish and Lita, yes, yeah.
Mike was always stratified.
Oh yes, I was, pal. Oh, but yeah.
I feel a gospel song coming on. If I never get that house or that car, be a superstar.
No,
may not come true. Will I be stratified?
No. I'm saying no.
I definitely, so to answer that question, I definitely enjoyed the Ruthless Aggression era on SmackDown more than on Raw, but Raw did have some good things going on. Yo, Will is hilarious.
I'm so stuffed. I am so
so Will,
he should be worrying about his boss saying the word nigga on national fucking television.
Tell me he ain't just say that.
Tell me.
Yo. Yeah.
He didn't say that.
Will says that was Jose Estrada Jr. whose career.
Will, you're right.
You're right. Yo, I can hear him saying
Armando. My name is Armando Alejandro
Not the R rolling. Not the R rolling. All right. Let's keep going here. Do you think that
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Hey, Mike. Who did he manage for? The Samoan Bulldozer.
Oh,
rest in peace, Umaga.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Do you think Batista's first normal theme is better than I Walk Alone?
Hell no.
No. Nothing is better. I walk alone.
I think I Walk Alone.
All right, Drax, you got it.
Drax.
Drax is crazy.
Mitchell Clark says Shelton Benjamin
I agree.
great IC champion.
And I agree.
Should Shelton have won the world title?
Yes.
Let's be honest. Okay.
Yes.
You said should he have?
Should he have? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Knuckles. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Go for the pin, guys. Yeah. Huh? Knuckles is like, because I think I'm rolling. I think I'm going to roll with Knuckles here, but I'm going to let Knuckles go ahead.
Well, that's very, very.
Go ahead. Speak about
you
that.
You can go ahead and say,
I'm doing
elephant. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this.
Babar?
When you talk about when you talk about somebody being a world champion, you can't really necessarily look at in-ring talent alone. You have to there have to be other aspects. Like look at Rock and look at Austin and look at Jericho and look at
Rock
Triple H.
when he claims black.
Right. And look at Shawn and any other world champion you could think of. They had that was they could cut promos. They were, and I don't want to say like I'm burying Shelton Benjamin, but they were very marketable outside of the ring.
Yeah.
John Cena has done 600,000 Make-A-Wishes.
Yeah, it's impressive.
How many people have asked for Shelton Benjamin? I'm not trying to bury him, but if it was based on in-ring talent alone, hell yeah. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely should be a world champion. But you have to be able to market your world champion as well. That's why I'm kind of on the fence about it.
I think for one reason and one reason only, it's charisma. I don't think that he had the charisma to be world champion. I think he's an incredible talent. I think Shelton Benjamin right now is still an incredible talent. Like, so yeah, of course, 15 years ago in his prime, Shelton could have been a world champion. He could have been a world champion if it was just based on talent. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think Knuckles was basically what he's gonna have a career.
Yeah, if you look at Shelton Benjamin and the most charisma he ever had, he had to have comedian Thea Vidal play his mom.
yeah. Shelton's
mom, God rest her soul.
Yeah.
Yes, her too. So I'm saying, I'm not burying the dude. The dude is an amazing talent. We all know that. That goes without saying. Yeah. But to be a world champion, you need more than in-ring talent. That's all I'm saying.
So this is where I disagree. In Shelton's case, when he became the gold standard, should have been the time that they should have did it.
I do agree with that.
Shelton is a
card, but go ahead. Continue.
Shelton is an amazing talent. I love Shelton. I think after that match with HBK
on Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely should have struck by the iron side, especially with him being in the inaugural, not first annual, the inaugural Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
Where he just shitted on all of you. I personally think that Shelton should have been world champion, even if it wasn't a long reign. I think he should have had that particular moment because Shelton is very, very good, and I see where you guys are coming from with the charisma.
Yeah.
DK. At the same time, I think his personality didn't come up a little bit more until the gold standard. And I think that should have been the time, or even if him winning the world championship led into him being the gold standard, that could have been a story right there.
Yeah,
and if you're gonna call somebody the gold standard, pushing him for a world title would have matched with the name you gave him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's where I was. That's what I was leading to.
Gotcha.
I mean, I feel like just not everybody could be world champion. That's just what it is. Like not everybody can be world champion, and I hear what you're saying, V. I really do. Go ahead.
I disagree. I disagree with that.
I'm not.
I'm talking about the comment.
Oh! I'm like, there's certain people that just are not world championship material, and that's not necessarily.
But some of them still have world championships. But anyway,
yeah, that is true. That is true.
I can think of.
I disagree with that as well, Ray.
Mark Henry was on a tear.
That Hall of Pain, that Hall
of Pain era. Oh my God, he was and then even killing everybody
in that retirement segment.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
that's a classic segment.
What was that? What was that retirement angle?
Work to me, pal.
Say it, V. Say it.
You know what we're looking for.
Shakespeare.
Not cinema, but
theater.
There it is. There it is. Had to get that on the anniversary show. But yeah, no, I think Mark Henry. That's a different situation. I like completely.
Yeah, Mark Henry's a little bit different there. I think.
I can think of another name you could put there that would make that comment. That could make that comment legit. But I'm not gonna.
I want to see. No, you should, because I feel like me and you are on the same page, Knuckles.
Was this guy mentioned in last week's show?
Yes.
Okay, and then we on the same page then.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second here. If they stopped having Shelton act like a goof with the mama stuff, we wouldn't seen him do interviews and show his attitude / charisma.
But they put the mama thing in there to give him charisma. That was the whole point of the gimmick with his mom.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he was known as a technical wrestler.
Oh, did somebody say Jinder should have been world champion? Ray just said you mean
Ray.
I just personally found it funny that those who are palm colored got so upset about someone who is Middle Eastern. Oh, this is the show. This is going to be the show.
Listen.
That's someone that wasn't, when it comes crashing down the hurts side. Being a world champion.
Yay!
I personally collected the tears in my cup. I personally wasn't a fan of Jinder being champion, but for the fact that it made a lot of you racist motherfuckers mad. We'll get to racism later, Mr. Fan. We'll get to a lot of racism later. But for the fact that it made you racist motherfuckers mad, I enjoyed every single hour, minute, second, millisecond, 525,600 years. Like, I loved it. It was fun. It was pleasing to me. Not me being soloed. It's fine. When you're the Beyonce. No, stop. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Relax.
All right.
Okay. Relax.
Oh man.
But Jinder is we'll leave that alone.
Listen, shout out to the Maharaja, man. That's all I gotta say. Shout out to the Maharaja.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena doing commercials with a cow. I don't see Shelton doing Carl Julius and all these yo, man. I love this.
First of all, who likes Hardee's? I'm gonna shut up.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, but the Hall of Fame era was just as good as the feud Shelton had with Shawn. Shelton and Mark are two different people. I feel like it's two different characters, two different gimmicks. Like,
I mean, they're both niggas, but they don't look the
same. But I'm talking. Okay, yes, they are both black. Okay, but at the same time, they're two different people. We're not all the same, guys. They're two different people.
Hi.
So, I just don't think it would work.
And wasn't Shelton and Shawn a one-off?
Why he likes it? That's the point, V. What? Yeah, I think it was like the Gold Rush tournament, if I remember.
Yes, it was the Gold Rush tournament.
Yeah.
So there's your difference right there.
Let me get to some of John's comments. Didn't forget you here. All right. Do you think WWE has gone downhill since 2009?
I think there were more drugs involved.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that I wouldn't say downhill. They was more careful with what they were doing because of the whole PG.
Were they?
Yeah.
Were they?
PG. And I think that's
were they?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
I
Get there.
It was just more. It was just downhill. I don't know about downhill. More kid friendly in certain aspects. Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
2009, you started seeing, like, if you started going to these shows, 75% of the crowd was like families,
them
kids, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of how I went there. Which wrestler has gotten into the most trouble in the outside world? I'm not touching that.
So we could talk about a murderer, a couple of racists. We could talk about those who don't understand the word consent. We could talk about those who like to send inappropriate messages to children. So there's quite a few to pick from, John. I mean, just like you know, over to the left, look to the left, look to the right. We could talk about, you know, dreams being velveteen. We could talk about.
Oh man.
We can talk about super fly. We can talk about we can go on and on. No. Call Eric about this.
Okay.
So this is a plethora of wrestlers, John.
I'm glad V took that one. All right. Do you think Chris Masters is the world champion? No. I don't think. And it goes into the whole
talented man.
Absolutely.
He's very talented, but personally to me, King V. I'm not speaking for Mike or Knuckles. I've seen painted walls that were more exciting.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Chris Masters. And he tried. And he tried. And I'm not gonna sit here saying like he's a fantastic talent.
Chris Masters, they tried to resurrect narcissist Lex Luger when they brought Chris Masters in.
Yeah.
And it failed from the beginning. It was destined for failure because they tried to mimic something back in 1993 from somebody from Lex Luger.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all remember, WrestleMania 9, Lex Luger with the mirrors and the fireworks and flexing and everything. It's a carbon copy. Like some things are not meant to be imitated.
Yeah.
They could have gave him another persona that included his muscles and everything like that and flexing and all that.
I know he got suspended. Like
I'll leave that alone by saying there will never be another Miss Elizabeth. Anyway.
Yes. And like I said, I know Chris Masters got suspended, and then when he came back, he was visibly smaller. But that's neither here nor there. Yes.
Unfortunately, yes. She did pass on.
Let's see. I'm trying to like keep up. These are great, but no, he does not. Bonji, and welcome to the show. Beer needs a world championship.
We're not doing this today.
I don't think I don't think a championship is coming for Veer.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I had to do it. All right.
I see you. I see how you're spraying your jargon all over the place. I see
Oh my god!
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Jargon is crazy.
Spraying is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Allegedly was probably
I'll leave that
to your
alone.
comments earlier in response to John. Okay, Ray with the essay. Let's get to it.
I'll read it.
Soliloquy.
I got it.
All right.
So Ray says in his dissertation, I love you, Ray. The Sean and Shelton feud went on for almost a year and a half. It was just low key. When Shelton got super kicked, he went on a 1-year losing streak. Yeah, he did. Because of Black. He did have a non-title match with Triple H. Oh, see, because of Black. The next week, and then Sean approached him and said, "You haven't been at your best since I super kicked you last year," and that sparked a mini feud where Sean was like, "Let me coach you to be better." Yeah.
Man. Okay. All right.
Wow. Well.
Thanks, Ray. We love you, Ray.
Yeah.
Looks like the gold charisma. All right, let me just move that right along. John says if Rey Mysterio is not a heavyweight. Hold on. John says if Rey Mysterio is not.
I just read that in full.
Internally. If Rey Mysterio is not a heavyweight and was a world heavyweight champion, then why couldn't Big Show be a cruiserweight champ? I don't think.
Yes, the big slow. Like we don't need.
I love that. I love that line. On a rock. Oh my god. So
like,
you gonna
the big slow?
Look, we don't need Rey Mysterio moving at 85 miles per hour while Big Show is moving like you're about to go across a speed bump, right? We don't need.
I love and Paul White. We love you, man. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We haven't seized this. I'm sorry. I was just playing, man. All right.
Yeah, I know. I love the Big Show, but there's other people that I won't be apologizing to. But we'll get that later. We'll get there later.
Okay. Hey, well, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Well, all right. Let's see. Why do you think Randy Orton was kicked out of Evolution first? Okay. Was it because Triple H was jealous because Randy became the world heavyweight champion? I think that they
in storyline, yes.
In storyline, yes, but I think in actuality, I think that they thought Randy was ready to be on his own and be that top babyface. And at the time, they were wrong. Randy Orton was not ready to be
so wrong. So wrong. Oh, you.
Okay, let's go.
So wrong. Oh no, I was Monica, but I was very flat there. But go for the pin, everybody.
Vocals.
Go for the pin.
But yeah, I agree. They were very wrong. Randy wasn't ready. He was also missing that charisma. He didn't gain
at the time.
At the time, I don't think he gained that charisma until he became the Legend Killer.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. V, wasn't he the Legend Killer when he was Intercontinental Champion? And that's what he named himself after he beat Mick Foley?
I think that's when he started getting over as the top guy. That match with Mick Foley. So, and shout out to my pops, everybody knows I love him. He actually gained respect because Randy showed that he actually can go and he's tough in that match with Mick Foley. It's that match with Mick Foley that my pops actually gained respect for Randy Orton. at that pay-per-view. I forgot which pay-per-view it was, but it was that hard. Yeah, I know that match, the hardcore match.
Yeah, the hardcore match. Yeah.
When they was gonna light things on fire, and Eric Bischoff told them, "No, don't do that."
And we love fire over here.
All right, I'm not gonna promote arson on the show. But yeah, Knuckles, you brought up a really good point. I think Randy started getting that respect during like that era, and the Legend Killer era there. And he RKO'd Hogan on the trunk of a car, which was really
should have been on like Lego, something sharp.
Yikes! Legos hurt. If you ever taken like
yes, they do.
Legos, those hurt.
If you ever stepped on a Lego,
oh god,
yeah, those hurt. All right, Ray with literally the summary of Shelton Benjamin's career.
Oh my god. Oh, a haiku. Y'all are mean.
Yeah, I just seen the comment.
Y'all are mean. Oh my god.
I gotta go look.
Do you think some people actually believe the Undertaker is really dead? Yes.
I mean, when I was a child, I did childish things. And yeah.
Oh my god. I remember that spot. Ray said Big Show did turn Rey Mysterio into a baseball bat and slung him into the ring post. Yes, I remember that.
He was giving Babe Ruth.
Well, Kevin Nash was playing darts with him in WCW.
Darted him into what was that? The trailer?
In the trailer, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did see that. Like I said, and I've gone on a show and I've said I didn't watch WCW like that. I've seen the important stuff. Like that's important. Okay, Rey Mysterio getting long darted by Kevin Nash that's important.
Remember the Nerf football that would like whistle when you throw them? I had one. We're old. Contrary to popular belief.
27.
Yeah, I totally botched that to Bobby Heenan for 93. Let me see. Who do you think has the most fans in wrestling? Only The Rock or Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
I feel like we answered that. Stone Cold. In wrestling, Stone Cold.
Wrestling, Stone Cold.
Wrestling only.
Yeah, I agree.
Wrestling only.
That was race thesis.
Now
John's just trolling us. Come on now.
No, because I'm gonna sit here and talk about.
John really is trolling us.
First of all, let me just.
Oh God.
Chavo, girl.
Ding,
okay.
Ding.
Don't using something that's happened to your nieces.
Oh God. Oh boy. All right.
As heel heat. You can't have heel heat if you're not on TV, PT.
Not PT. PT is great.
Okay, like you're not even the best Guerrero.
Yikes!
You're not even the best Chavo.
Yikes!
You're not even the best Chavo.
Latino heat, Chavito heat.
Between you and your ex-aunt, y'all are awful human beings.
Oh man.
And that's Afro Latino heat moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, we in the building.
Yeah, John got him all worked out. All right. We're almost at the hour mark. I feel like you want to say something about this whole Vince McMahon situation before we
this is when they get us the hell out of here. All right.
No, you say your answers
on his own
right here. So, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, those who are non-binary.
Oh, no solo me. I'm not in this.
If you are not aware, Vince McMahon, as well as other several awful writers, are being sued. So I'm going to go ahead and give them their credit. On Twitter, they are WrestleOps. That is WRESTLEOPS. Recently, Vince McMahon was sued.
Mike, chill, man.
All right. Y'all get it together. So I'm going to read their tweets. I'm going to go ahead and read their tweets, right? I'm going to read their tweets. I'm going to read their tweets because I want to give them credit, right? So WrestleOps got this, I believe, from Bloomberg Law, and there is a whole deposition online. I suggest you, ladies and gentlemen, your days, your thems, read it because it's nasty work. So I'm gonna read WrestleOps tweets as it sees fit. WWE, Vince McMahon, and other executives are facing a new lawsuit as they allegedly discriminated and retaliated against a black female writer for objecting to offensively racist and stereotypical jargon used in the scripts of black wrestlers, including Bianca Belair, Apollo Crews, Bianca Belair and Apollo Crews, according to a new lawsuit. The lawsuit, Brittany Abrams versus WWE, also states that on another occasion, a writer allegedly proposed, and we'll get to that motherfucker later, a writer allegedly proposed that a Muslim wrestler's secret in a script be that he was behind the 9/11 attacks. And we'll get there because he was 6 motherfucking years old at the time. Other writers suggested a black male wrestler should dress in drag, who is Reggie. We'll get there. A script including, instructing Bianca Belair to say, don't make me take off my earrings and beat your ass. Apollo Crews to speak in another part. Apollo Crews was to speak with a stereotypical and exaggerated Nigerian accent, but was to be buffed, even though he ended up doing it on TV anyway. But we'll get there.
Yep.
Okay, a key detail in the lawsuit also states that Bianca Belair informed plaintiff, who was the other writer, who was not listed, that she told Chris Dunn, that is involved in the lawsuit, okay, public knowledge, it's in a deposition, so can't sue me, bitch. 3 different times that I don't want to say that line, but he never listens to me. He puts that in the line every week. Belair also said that the script's discriminatory lines make her look ghetto. And we're going to talk about you coon ass niggas. It'd be like, ghetto in a good way. Da-da-da-da-da. Fuck y'all, okay? Skin folk, we know, like Booker T. Anyway, moving on. Another detail of the lawsuit states that Miss Silvers and the plaintiff, the only black writers on the team, were tasked to pitch a love storyline between wrestlers Aaliyah Mansour and Angel Garza. Miss Silvers and plaintiff pitched that Mansour has a secret that he's keeping from Aaliyah. No, not the singer. Sorry, Aaliyah.
And not Ray's daughter.
Ryan Callahan, who is listed in this lawsuit many times. Okay? Read the deposition. Read legal documents. It's public knowledge. Ryan Callahan, involved in the lawsuit, disagreed with the secret that Miss Silvers and plaintiff wanted for the character. Instead, Callahan suggested, how about his secret is that he's behind the 9/11 attacks? Now, for those who are old enough to remember, I know some of you were not born around that time, and that's okay. I'm not going to hold that against you. When 9/11 happened, both Mike and I were 9 years old. Meaning that Mansour was 6. Meaning that you are blaming a child for... Bitch. Anyway. The lawsuit also states more daunting details. Around the spring of 2021, Ryan Callahan, once again, pitched that a white Caucasian male, which is redundant, but we'll get there, wrestler with a hunting gimmick that would hunt a black male wrestler for fun. Sounds like 1960s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, 1800s, post Jim Crow America. Even now, in a nutshell, the said hunting gimmick pitch for new wrestlers Shane Thorne and Reggie was, since Shane Thorne's Australian, we should make him a crocodile hunter. Instead of crocodiles, he hunts people.
All right.
Niggas. No, this is verbatim. I'm reading it verbatim. Subsequently, a storyline was pitched by Callahan once again, where Shane would capture Reggie and constantly beat him up. Where have we heard that before? But Reggie would always escape after being captured. Holding Reggie captive in cages was also discussed. Moving left and right along. From the lawsuit details, WWE forced Apollo Crews to speak in a Nigerian accent, even though he is Nigerian, yes, because of his Nigerian heritage. Plaintiff emailed Ryan Callahan and complained about the offensive nature of the requirement for Apollo Crews to speak with a stereotypical and exaggerated Nigerian accent. However, as white people do, despite plaintiff's complaint, Callahan failed. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm on motherfucking 10 today. Callahan failed and or refused to take corrective action, and as a result, Callahan and WWE forced plaintiff to require Apollo Crews to speak with a racially artificial Nigerian accent. Editor's note. So, I have been one of those people that kind of defended this in particular because I personally knew that Apollo is Nigerian, yes. Right? So, of course, even though you may not, if you were raised, if your parents, grandparents, or what have you are immigrants, and you are around them enough, you pick up accents, you pick up dialect, that's normal, right?
Yeah.
Hi. However, because I'm not Nigerian, I cannot speak for people who are Nigerian. I personally, at first, did not think it was exaggerated because I have friends who are Nigerian. I'm around people who are Nigerian. And of course, they speak the way they speak around their family and their friends and their loved ones. So I didn't think it was an issue at first. But now that this is coming out, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Like how a lot of you think that people from the Caribbean are all Jamaican. And how a lot of you people think that just because you're Latino, you're Mexican, which is not the case. Yeah, complete white foolishness that's happening on this here. Moving on to the next tweet. The lawsuit, I'm still going. The lawsuit details keep going. It was discussed in WWE. In the WWE writer's Slack, for those who don't know what Slack is, it's kind of like Microsoft Teams or like Skype. So it's like an IM situation, right? Channel before the show that a new wrestler, Reggie, would dress in drag, compete with a wig and tights so he can partner with Carmella, a female wrestler, and tag team matches against other female wrestlers. WWE eventually scrapped the discriminatory pitch, but only in response to a white Caucasian individual's protected conduct in the form of Miss Lichtenberger's complaint, who was actually one of the writers, also who was part of this racist bullshit. So, I know a lot of you, men that likes Kevin Samuels and the alleged Dr. Umar Johnson and other Black people who are racist, or who are misogynistic and homophobic and things of that nature, to accuse them for pushing an agenda per se. And I wish that you guys would let that go, jump in the ocean and breathe deep. For the fact that it took somebody white, right, to say, hey, this isn't right, when somebody Black was telling you this whole fucking time, is very telling. Okay, so with that being said and understood, where should I start?
With Will's comment? Well, sorry. With Will's comment? Let's
start with Will's comment. Does the Callahan dude still have a job? Yes, and he shouldn't.
He's still hired by WWE?
Yes, he still works there. Anyway, my thing is, why is the WWE, a promotion that is supposed to blur the lines of reality, constantly turns to stereotypical and mythical storylines? Vince McMahon has a very long history of doing some stupid bullshit. We have DX and blackface, Vince McMahon wrestling God.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was insane. Oh, that was
what's good, my nigga? Muhammad Hassan. Like I'm sitting here and I'm sitting here thinking, y'all shouldn't be surprised Y'all shouldn't be surprised at all. But for the fact that
I gotta get it. Oh my god.
Bianca, you can look for it. That's fine. Bianca had to stand up for herself multiple times, and for the fact that Ryan Callahan, hi bitch, decided to not listen at all, even after she stood up for herself multiple times. To not listen and keep going. Okay. So it shows a lot of the time how the wrestling fandom is, right? Is naturally racist, misogynistic, homophobic, transphobic, any kind of phobic you can think of is probably a part of wrestling, right? And it's irritating as someone whose identities cross many different platforms. Seeing this, and for me, I'm not a black woman. I can't speak for black women, nor will I speak for black women. And it's irritating because I've seen my black female peers talk about this with such disappointment and annoyance and things of that nature. And it's just like a lot of the fandoms that we are part of are naturally racist because a lot of people, white people, are so knee deep, or they want to deep throat racism. They have no gag reflex when it comes to
all right.
And I don't give a fuck. And it's just like, yes, you want to be disappointed, but you're not surprised. We see it every single time. We see it all the time. Remember that whole The Nation and the Heart Foundation? I'm not even talking about the blackface. You remember that spray painting?
Yeah.
And it's a clip. It makes me laugh now because it's like, girl, go to hell. Vince McMahon talking to Farouk, Ron Simmons, saying that there's no racism in the World Wrestling Federation. And that same year, you had DX, with the exception of China, in blackface. Right? Of course, China would be the one with, common sense. Considering, Triple H. You know what? Let me shut up. We can talk about the racist things that were said about Samoan wrestlers or Latino wrestlers and black wrestlers and queer wrestlers and, everywhere in between Asian wrestlers, the Asian stereotypes, making someone who is Samoan Japanese, and that's not the same thing. Yokozuna. So it's irritating. You continuously give that red and yellow racist fuck a platform. You continue to have Michael P.S. Hayes, who called Mark Henry a nigger to his fucking face, a platform. You allow Vince McMahon to call, or just to say nigga on live television in front of coon ass Booker T. I don't give a fuck. I am going into today.
Oh, man.
The same Booker T that always has something to say about black wrestlers, but always plays in the non-black ones. But Vince with the do-rag. Let me guess. Did Booker T put that do-rag on him? Who tied his do-rag? I'm sure it's Booker T.
Oh man.
Granted, motherfucking granted. Booker T should have won that match between him and Triple H. That whole "you people entertain me" bullshit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Virgil. Should we go any further? DX in blackface. I'm sorry, DX with the exception of China in blackface. I expect less from Road Dogg. I expect less from Billy Gunn. Triple H was fucking the boss's daughter behind China's back, and he was the reason why. No. If we're gonna tell the fucking story, we're gonna tell it all on this motherfucking show here, our 3-year anniversary. You were fucking the boss's daughter behind China's back, and you're the reason why she got fired. Anyway, if you wouldn't have done what you did, she'd probably be alive today. So yeah. Oh, let's. No, I'm gonna fucking say whatever the fuck I want to say on this goddamn show as I take this sip.
Okay. All right.
So we're not gonna sit here and pretend that wrestling in general is innocent when it comes to being tone deaf. When that nigga said, "What up, G?" I laughed to myself. I just stared, right? Because I remember. I remember the blackface. I remember the blackface segment. I remember watching it with my grandfather. My grandfather was pissed. Okay, my grandfather lived through the civil rights movement in the South. Okay, the Jim Crow South. So I could only imagine what went through his head. So this whole thing about, oh, we're gonna get heat, pal, or this is good shit, pal. You know, a lot of it is disguised as hatred. You know, because there's covert racism and there's overt racism, and Vince McMahon always toes that line. I mean, considering we can count the Black World Champions on one hand, and that's both men and women.
Yeah.
We can count Latino World Champions on one hand, and that's both men and women. We can count Asian World Champions on one hand, and that's both men and women. So wrestling, yes, is inherently racist. And I just want to let Mr. Callahan know, hey girl, hey.
Solo him?
For the fact, I don't give a fuck. For the fact that you sat there and continued to push the storyline with both Bianca and Apollo being cheap stereotypes of themselves is, on brand for a lot of white writers in Hollywood. But at the same time, it's just on brand for racist pieces of shit like you in general. And that's that on that, because I just got irritated. I just want to say fuck all of you. I hope every single one of you gets sued, gets fired. I hope you all find the nearest, deepest body of water. Wade in the water. Open your mouth, inhale, and just like Whitney and Miss Loretta Devine and Miss Angela Bassett, you wait to exhale.
Wow.
I'm finished.
Wow. Knuckles, do you have anything to say about this whole lawsuit and everything that's going on here? Give me a second.
Are there any? If there's any comments,
do you guys consider Santino a racist stereotype?
Is Santino legitimately Italian?
I believe so.
Okay, so because I could only speak for three different.
I'm sorry. I think he's Canadian though. Like I think he's Canadian Italian. Like I think.
I mean, he's still Italian.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, I think so. But like born and raised in Italy, no. Like I was not. Yeah.
So King V can only speak for three different groups.
Yeah.
So if anybody that listens or watches the show that is Italian that could properly answer Will's question, please do. I don't want to step in front of y'all. I'm not Italian. I can't say. If Italians were offended, then they have every right to be.
No.
But I can't sit here and say that it's a racist stereotype unless someone who is Italian says it. Right? So I can't properly answer that question well.
Hold on. Remember when he was Russian? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that at all. I truly don't.
Wait, who was Russian?
Santino.
Santino was Russian.
I missed that. I missed that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I missed that, Will.
And did he do that down at like FCW or like I don't remember. I don't remember that. I remember I remember the whole Italian thing, of course, but like I don't remember the Russian thing. Just clarify that for us if you can.
Yes,
wow. Okay. Knuckles says
so.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When this first came out, I wasn't really surprised at all.
Yeah.
Because you know it's so easy. It's so easy when you are either an owner or a shareholder, or if you have any influence in a company that's as big as WWE is. It's so easy to get away with bullshit. Because, and I'm not going to go off in the tangent like V did, because V is the only person that can do that and have legit credibility because he knows what he's talking about. For those of you that don't know, V studied law. So there it is. But it's so easy for you to get away with stuff like that because in the industry of wrestling, what you see on TV is a character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the actual person. Take, for instance, the worst person you could ever see on TV might be the nicest person in the street.
Yeah.
It's not their real lifestyle. They're playing a character. Now, I said that to say this. This is how these people can get away with this stuff because they see it on TV and they're saying, oh, he's only playing a character. When the ones that really, really, really can go deep and see between the lines, that some of this shit really is racist. And it does affect people in certain types of way. It makes people feel some type of way. Now, will that prevent you from buying tickets? Probably not.
Right.
Now let's just say this will never happen, but let's just put this out there for shits and giggles. What if people stopped buying tickets? And what if the actual people that were able to sit there and interpret and see it for what it is, what if they stopped coming? Would they stop doing it? Probably not.
Right.
Probably not. Because you know
Probably
what?
not. Because in big companies and publicly traded, what did they call it? Publicly traded companies?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically all about the money. Money talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah.
So the bullshit you put on TV is going to walk because you're going to pay for the ticket. You're going to sit there and take your children, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews, and you're going to go to these live shows. And now I don't know whether you want to credit that with ignorance, or you want to just say, oh, you know what, we see what you're doing and we see how it affects people, but we're going to put that on the back burner because we want to be entertained.
Yeah, go ahead, Knuckles.
No, go ahead. That was my.
To your point, to your point and your question, kind of, I feel like you hit you hit it right there. Like, I think that with give me a second. Will just said, okay, Santino being Russian was in his OVW. I thought it was like maybe like FCW or something like that character, but he was dope as a Russian champion. Okay, so it was OVW when he was with Cornette. All right.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But just to your point, I feel like a lot of people don't care. They just don't. They don't care that they're supporting a racist company. They don't care that people are affected. They don't care. I think here's the thing, right?
I mean, you have to look at the majority of the audience also.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about anybody that doesn't look like them.
and even people that look like them, I don't think they care. To be honest with you, I know people, right, that go to wrestling and they don't care about backstage politics. They don't care about what people allegedly did. They just want to go and be entertained, like Knuckles said. Right? That's all they care about. And honestly, their whole idea is, well, I mean, it's not me and it's not my family, so why do I really care what happens?
It doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect me personally, so why do I care what's going on in other people's lives, pretty much? Like, that I don't know. That has nothing to do with me. I think that's where one of the issues is, or can be, if you look at it that way. But if you look at it like from a wider perspective, WWE in all of these companies are still going to continue to make money, because at the end of the day, there's so many, forget about wrestling. There's so many like racist companies and racist organizations that's been built on racism that is still out today that, they employ black people now. Okay, great. Big deal. They employ Latinos. They employ, whoever, like, but at the end of the day, they were still built on racism, and they still have a lot of
the U.S. government.
I'm not getting into that, but yeah. So the point is, I don't think people care. That's really what to wrap it up like into a ball. I think like, all right, for example, right? V, and I know you say this, and we say this like it's not a joke because V's dead serious about it, but it is kind of like we kind of laugh at it every time he says like about Austin Theory, right? I about the whole thing about him being with people under the age of 18 or whatever, allegedly, right? A lot of people, I know people that just don't care. They don't like Theory because they don't like Theory. It has nothing to do with whatever allegations he has, because they don't know the guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and if it's not their daughter, if it's not their sisters, then if it's not their, their friend or whoever, they don't care. You know what I mean? So it's just like, because at the end of the day, I don't know that person. That's one way to look at it. Other people, once you do something in your personal life or whatever, some people can't get past that, and they don't want to watch them on television anymore because they know about how they are in their personal lives. I do feel like, and this is one of the last things I'll say on this, I feel like now it's to the point where, because everything is so accessible, right? Because you have so much access to people in general. Give me a second, hold on. That's my mom. She dislikes that boy's whole existence. Is it because of his personal stuff, or like the stuff that happened outside of the ring, or she just doesn't like him because of what he does in the ring? Like my pops, if you're referring to Theory, my pops doesn't like him just because he doesn't like Theory. Like he doesn't like him in the ring. He's not a fan of his character.
I mean, I also don't
do it whatever happened outside of the ring. Say it again, V.
I said I also don't think he's good at what he does. So.
Okay, and that's fair. That is a perfectly fair assessment. That is your opinion. That's your. I think he is talented in the ring. I just don't think he has. Again, what we were saying earlier about world championship material, I don't think he has that. But I definitely think that he's a talented individual, like in terms of his wrestling ability. But that's neither here nor there. Personal choices aside, like I feel like his wrestling ability is. He's pretty good. Like it's not like he's amazing, but he's pretty good. But yeah, Will, just clarify that. But yeah, like that's all I want to kind of say on that, because Knuckles brought up a really multiple good points on that, and V as well. But yeah,
can I make a request, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody who's watching, can I get one of you guys to look up the definition of equal opportunity employer?
I think V can tell you the definition without you looking it up.
Copy it, and paste it as a comment, because I want to see what the actual definition is, verbatim.
I can do that
and I only said that because V, there was a part you left out that I heard, and I'll cite my source. Of course, it's one of the only sources I go to, and it's What Culture and Fightful, where the I don't know if it's the plaintiff. The plaintiff is the one who's suing. The one who's doing the suing,
that's
correct?
The plaintiff.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I've watched Judge Judy 8 times. I don't know. But V, get up. Stop falling on the. Okay. But so there was something said.
That was my point. Sorry.
So the point I'm trying to say is that the plaintiff had said something that you didn't mention, but I heard that she.
Hold on. Nuray says you're a host now. You don't have to make any requests anymore. You're right. No, you're right, Ray. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I don't. Give us 7 days for it to sink in, and then I'll.
You just make demands, pal. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, put up the equal. Just make demands.
Well, put the shit on the screen, then. No. So, but she had mentioned, or they had said she had mentioned that at a certain WrestleMania event, and I don't know. I don't think it was clarified that she tried to take a chair home, like a souvenir chair. You know. Yeah, the thing, the thing. And they told her she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. But yet other Caucasian, and I will say Caucasians because I don't like to use the word white. I will say other Caucasian employees were afforded the benefit of taking said chairs home with no repercussion or no backlash. So Mike, put that up there again. You had it up there, and then I lost it. Okay,
I'll read it.
Yeah, there, right there. Okay, go ahead, V.
The Equal Employment Opportunity Act of 1972 is a United States federal law which amended Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to address employment discrimination against African Americans and other minorities.
Yeah.
In which ... motherfucking ...
All right.
So is it fair to say WWE is an equal opportunity employer?
It's not. So okay, so here we go, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm gonna make this point really, really quick, and then I do want to move forward with the show.
Okay.
So a lot of you, right, felt a way about the young lady who was hired, as well as other, Black writers on Raw, SmackDown, whatever. I remember vividly, and we talked about this on the show, y'all dragging that young lady because she didn't have much knowledge of wrestling. But she did have enough knowledge. She did have knowledge of common sense to not portray stereotypes of Black people and other people of color. Now, what I want to say is that, equal and equity are two different words, right? It should be equity instead of equality, because when it comes to equity, it's a straight across the board. When it comes to equality, somebody that may not look like me may have the same thing, but I have the ability to get there, but y'all not gonna let me get there, right? So when it comes to that young lady, right, and I don't know if I know one of the women's names was in that lawsuit. I'm not sure if the other one was. Ray says taking the chair home was a sorry ass excuse they used to fire that young woman, and you're absolutely right, because none of those writers know wrestling, right? So because she was Black, okay, which most white people don't like, and wrestling fans, and a woman at the same time, because Black woman, right? Because she decided to have audacity to stand up for other Black wrestlers and other wrestlers of color, because, we can talk about how a lot of people of color are also anti-Black, but that's another story for another day.
Yikes.
For the fact that you use the excuse of her taking the chair, which most people can do because it's a souvenir, because it's a fucking chair.
And they paid for it.
But the fact that you use that as an excuse to fire her is really wild to me. And for the fact that she decided to be like, oh, okay, bet, and decided to collect all of her things and all of the bullshit and all of the evidence and display it on that ass, right? So my issue, besides the obvious racism, is the audacity that a lot of white men and women have. Now, I know a lot of you are going to feel a way about this, and honestly, you can whip my dick out and suck it, honestly. A lot of you have this issue when black people specifically talk about racism and discrimination and fandoms. And it's not just the wrestling fandom. As someone who's also part of the Harry Potter fandom, and I won't get the fucking whack ass J.K. Rowling who ruined my childhood. Yikes. You know, we can talk about the Star Wars fandom. You know, some of y'all were mad that a woman was a lead in a Star Wars movie, and for the fact that y'all ran John Boyega to the fucking ground. You know, as someone who's a part of the Marvel Comics fandom, you know, a lot of you say, oh, I don't want my X-Men to be fucking woke, which ... when X-Men was a fucking catalyst that showed the discrimination between people in the civil rights movement, you daft, stupid ass, pea-brained, inbred, stupid ass motherfuckers. A lot of you get. It's never the reason. It's always the people behind it, right? A lot of you are a lot more racist than you think you are. And here's what I want to do to you, right? Here, I'm just gonna read you, right? I can tell you to walk into your nearest body of water, right? And you can sit there and you can inhale and you can exhale. You can do all of that. You can breathe deep, swallow, right? You know, get all of that water all in your lungs, okay? And then stop breathing.
Oh man.
A lot of you have nerve, a lot of you have audacity, a lot of you really think you're smarter than you are, and you fucking not. A lot of you think that racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, any kind of phobia, a lot of you think that you're a lot deeper than what you are. The only thing deep that you are, the only thing deep about you is the water that you should be breathing in. And me, as a wrestling fan, as a fan of nerd shit, and that I have to sit and watch this day after day, time after time, no Cyndi Lauper, to watch all of you show your ass every fucking time.
This show is not suitable for children.
Wow, it's not suitable for children. It's not. This is a black ass show. Okay? It's just irritating that I have to, not just me, and I'm not speaking just for me, but just for black people in general, have to sit here and face this shit time and day after day. Like, It's irritating. It's irritating and it's hard. You know, I believe it was Stephanie Hypes that tweeted or posted on Instagram. It kind of broke my heart. This is like, will I ever have a chance? That broke my heart because it's just like, we always have to prove that we are twice as good. We black people, all of us here on this goddamn show, have gotten that talk that you have to be twice.
Yep.
Twice as good.
Yep.
To get half of what they get. We don't have the space to be mediocre. We can't have a Hulk Hogan. We can't have an Ultimate Warrior, right? We can't have those mediocre talents that's not good, right? We can't have that at all. We can't have an Austin Theory. We can't have a Sammy Guevara. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it right here today. We cannot have that. You know, you have to be a Trinity. You have to be a Mercedes. You have to be a Bianca Belair. You have to be. I'm trying to think. You have to be a Ron Simmons. You have to be The Rock when he claims he's black.
All
sometimes, right. You know, you have. Mark Henry. You have to be
Junkyard
2-3 times. You have to be a Junkyard Dog. You have to be multiple times as good, and we still don't get as much. You have to be a Montez Ford. You can't sit here and be a Road Dogg, right? You can't sit here and be an Austin Theory. You can't sit here and be fucking mediocre. You can't be mediocre. Now, granted, should we have a space for mediocre? Absolutely. But we never get that opportunity because we always have to perform 2, 3, 4, 5, 500, 25,000, 600 times harder than everybody else to get a percentage of what they get. So you can kiss my ass. You suck my dick from the fucking back. That's what you can fucking do. That's what you can do.
So Ray asks, go for the pin, everybody, and shout out to everybody that's still watching and listening to us on all of your DSPs. So do you think it's the merger that's bringing all these things to life with WWE?
No. And we've been talking. I've actually gone on from the beginning, had talked about how it makes no sense that DX was in blackface and nothing happened.
Because they hid behind the fact it was a television show. It's not real. It's a TV show.
Oh, it's not real. No. Blackface is very fucking real.
Blackface is real, but the fact that they did it on a television show.
Yeah, television show.
On a fictional television show.
That's why I asked the question. That's why I asked the question and made the statement. This is how they get away with it.
Right.
They're doing it with a platform of people playing characters.
Right.
So exactly. For what you're going to see at eye level, you're looking at an actor.
Right. It's not Paul Levesque doing black, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's Triple H.
Triple H.
It's not Sean Waltman doing blackface. It's X-Pac.
Yeah, to Knuckles' point, that is how they get away with it. Because
that's the loophole. That's the loophole. Yeah. It's not an excuse. It's a loophole. An excuse is
yellow face, brown face.
An excuse is something you give for doing something that's unacceptable. That's what an excuse is. A loophole is doing something that is unacceptable, but yet will be acceptable to the naked eye. That's the difference.
Yeah,
Roddy Piper doing half blackface.
Well, say it again, Vic.
Roddy Piper doing half blackface. Yeah.
And just to piggyback on UV, and the old saying is you don't preach after the preacher, and I'm not about to do that. But just to piggyback on what you said, a lot of this stuff is based on a word that a lot of people don't want to admit actually exists in the wrestling industry as far as backstage stuff, and that word is intimidation. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people in these backstage areas, and even not necessarily backstage anymore. It's in the ring.
Yeah,
that are intimidated. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna go ahead and go there. There are actual wrestlers who are intimidated by other wrestlers because they've been at a certain level in the industry, and then somebody else of a African American or Hispanic Descent will come and wipe the floor with them, aka Montez Ford. How has he not been given a title yet? But yet he's been stuck in. No, I'm not going to say stuck in tag team because the Street Profits is the Street Profits is a great tag team, and I hope they never break up. Yet Montez Ford has the explosive amount of ability to be a singles champion. But why isn't he? That word intimidation, if it was really brought to life, would expose a lot of motherfuckers in wrestling. And honestly, there are a lot of characters. Let's go back to earlier. Shelton Benjamin. You don't think there was a lot of people in the backstage holding him back?
Of course.
Because of his in-ring talent and his in-ring ability, they found an excuse to why he shouldn't be pushed. Oh, he has no charisma.
Yeah.
Or like I said, Montez Ford. Oh, we can't put a rocket behind Montez Ford because he would overshadow everybody. He's already overshadowing everybody. That's all we talk about. We talk about Montez Ford. They should break up the Street Profits. Why? Because Montez Ford is that dude. But what are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? Why aren't Bianca Belair being pushed as Raw Women's Champion for an entire year? Could we have said that was going to happen back in 2019?
Hell no.
Nope.
Hell no.
Let's take a look at all the black women that have had short reigns and have had to put lesser than talented people over. Jacqueline, right? Like, had to put Sable over, who wasn't good at what she did. She wasn't good. She was at all. She had titties. That's it. She had titties. That's it. Right? We take a look at even Mercedes. Yes, she got multiple reigns, but we could talk about colorism and when it comes to Trinity, but we won't go there. That's another story for another day.
No, we need to go to Trinity in a second, though. But
okay, knock out.
Start wrapping up.
But no, we're gonna start wrapping up. It's just irritating. It's annoying. It's just annoying as a black wrestling fan. As a black wrestling fan, that I have to sit here and watch people that are not as good, not even as charismatic, right, as other wrestlers, and they get whatever they want. Even those with issues, even those with substance abuse issues, right? Y'all go up for Jeff Hardy. And I love Jeff. I do.
We all do.
Y'all went up for Riddle, right?
Yeah, bro.
Right? But Alicia Fox gets dragged through the mud.
See, okay. Here's the thing, because you mentioned Alicia Fox before. Maybe because I didn't see it. Like, I didn't really see her getting like dragged like that. But I'm not saying it wrong.
I did.
Okay.
I definitely did.
Okay.
And you. It's just irritating and it's frustrating to watch this happen to people that look like me, right? Because people that look like me, I'm gonna gravitate towards. It makes no sense how every single black champion that we've had within the last few years gets squashed by Brock Lesnar, but that's another story for another day.
Coincidence. You look at a guy like Kofi.
Once is a coincidence. Twice.
My ass.
3 times is a fucking pattern. It's a pattern.
Mike.
A little bit of a reach there. But I hear what
no.
I hear
me and the clouds, we see each other. Me and Jesus, we hold hands. Okay. At this point here, for the fact that I'm not even the first person to point that out.
I know a lot of people have.
You a black champion? Oh, you're gonna go against Brock Lesnar, or you're gonna lose.
Yeah. You look at a guy like Kofi, 11 years for a title. Sheamus got it in less than 6 months. Yeah. Kofi had to.
We can also talk about that specific No, let me not talk about that person who's not currently wrestling right now because he's injured. But we'll never mind. Shut up, B.
Kobe had to get thrown by blonde-haired, blue-eyed Black Wrestler Destroyer. Black Wrestler Destroyer is crazy.
I mean, is it a lie? It's not a lie.
Yeah, where's the lie?
I mean, it is. It is not just WWE. Okay. So I just want to let everybody know that Swole was right. Okay. A lot of you girls and boys and theys and thems had so much to say about her, but she was right.
Okay. You mentioned Trinity in this whole thing. Any Trinity news quickly?
The doll baby has apparently signed to Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
And I just want to say that I will be watching Impact regularly, simply for Trinity. And that's no shade to any of the other women that were there. It's just that I don't have the time to watch all of it. But I'm gonna make time for Trinity. I'm gonna make time for Trinity. I am.
Knuckles is
now
making
hello
fun of
now
me,
V.
but,
I am. I really am. V.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Will they do now? Okay. Let me ask you this first.
I have no idea.
Would you be in agreement? Would you be in agreement with me when I say that Trinity, along with Mercedes and maybe some others that I don't know right off the top of my head, are one of the most sought out women free agents in wrestling? Would you agree with that?
I'm gonna say yes. And the funny thing about that is because a lot of you boys and girls and theys and thems decided
But is she a free agent based on her ability or based on what happened with WWE?
Based on her ability. And I think that I was actually getting there, right? Because a lot of you, and I'm not saying you, Knuckles, and a lot of you feel as if Trinity doesn't have her own, like, sister, I got my own mind. Like, she doesn't have her own brain, and like she doesn't have cognizant thinking, right? A lot of you feel as if because Trinity took some time before she pursued wrestling again, that she was just following Mercedes, and that's not the case, right? Though they are two different women who support each other wholeheartedly. And because one decided to go back to wrestling sooner than the other doesn't mean that she is incapable of creating her own thought processes, right? And it's just irritating because a lot of you do this whole thing where you praise Sasha but bash Trinity, but they worked out together. And Mercedes has done nothing but support Trinity, right? We can bring color. We can bring colorism into this, right? We can bring colorism into this because Trinity is darker, right? That people feel that she's not capable, or she's incapable of creating her own thoughts, and because Sasha is lighter and biracial, and she is the more marketable one, which is how a lot of people feel. That's how WWE felt. Trinity said herself that she got told that she wasn't marketable.
Yeah.
But Sasha was, or Mercedes was. And they're both fantastic athletes.
Yeah.
But of course, Mercedes is going to get the edge because she's lighter. For example, let's bring some real shit into this, right? Let's say me and you, Mike. We're gonna get real here. Let's say me and you, we both have the same ability, right? Yeah. We both have the same cognitive dissonance, right? We both have the same amount of intelligence, same amount of talent.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
If we were both to go to a company like WWE together. Same amount of ability. We are 50. We're equal. We're equitable in talent. Colorism would benefit me more than it would you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Because I've seen nothing but praise for Mercedes, but Trinity doesn't get the same. Trinity's a fantastic athlete.
She is. I think that when you look at it on the surface, people consider Mercedes the better overall wrestler, and I don't know if it necessarily has to do with colorism or anything like that. I think just in the ring, I think Trinity's the better athlete, but I feel like in terms of just wrestling ability, I think they praise Mercedes more because she's the better just overall wrestler.
Absolutely.
And I've said it before on the show. I think Mercedes, she's one of the best wrestlers in the world, like without question. And I think that even in WWE, she was one of the best. Again, a little bit like behind the scenes, she's probably the best, like one of the best sellers and one of the best like flat back takers in the company. Like, I mean, if you see Mercedes take a bump, she takes it with so much emotion and just like you feel like you're in there with her. That's a talent. That is a skill that a lot of people just don't possess. So I think that that's one of the reasons that people you're not wrong, but I think that that's one of the reasons people talk more about Mercedes, because I think people know that she's probably a better wrestler than most people out there, to be honest with you. I don't know many people that's better than Mercedes overall right now. And that's I mean, obviously that's my personal opinion, but that's just how I feel about Mercedes.
I mean, but you, at the same time, you can't really say, I'm not saying you might, but you can't really say that when it comes to comparison of Black women in general in wrestling, you see the lighter ones get praised.
And don't get me wrong, Trinity's great in her own right.
Oh, no, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point. I wanted to point that out, not because you do this, Mike. You don't do this at all, because you have common sense and a brain that works.
I try.
I try. Like it functions, right? But it seems that a lot of people have this whole thing like Trinity is following behind Sasha like a puppy, right? And that's what I'm talking about. I'm also talking about how people see it more for Mercedes more than Trinity, and a lot of it is cosmetic, right? A lot of it is cosmetic. And granted, Trinity gets praised all around different companies, and I'm not saying she doesn't, but I'm just saying when it comes to the mainstream audience, right? They're quick to tear down Sasha too, because Black. They're quicker to tear down Trinity than Mercedes.
True.
Because she has that privilege. But we're gonna move on. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready to get out of here actually. Will says I'd say they are the top two right now. Can't really think of any other names on the market. I mean, in terms of just like free agents, definitely. And Bonji says, I do feel WWE held back some of Trinity's abilities. I may be wrong.
Yep.
That is also true.
Yeah. They did, and they did. They did.
Yeah. I mean, and no doubt, and this is the last thing I'll say on this, because V pretty much covered it. Not necessarily specific to Mercedes and Trinity. I feel like when people leave WWE, they do show what they can do more because they don't have to wrestle a WWE style. There is a WWE style that has been around for ages, and there is even look at Cody, right? Cody does not wrestle the same style that he did in AEW that he does in WWE now. It's not the same. It's two different styles. There is a specific WWE style that all of the talents have to kind of follow. I know Dax was talking about in WWE, you have to, no matter what, you have to do, I think it's 2 holds in a match, right? Like, doesn't matter how long, like, and it's not just a headlock, push them off, then, tackle, drop down, all that. Like, no, you got to put somebody in 2 holds in a match. It's just like one of those like little things that WWE specifically, even if it doesn't make sense to put a guy in a hold, they want you to do at least 2 holds in a match. Like, so it's one of like things like that they have to kind of confine to, the WWE style. But I think that may be one of the reasons that you don't see what a lot of talents can do fully in WWE. Some of the talents you can tell, but some of the talents you can't really tell until they leave because they don't have any handcuffs. They don't have any restrictions once they leave the WWE. So I'll be interested to see what Trinity can do outside of the WWE. She's been there, 13 years now, maybe 14 years. So, of course, it's a little bit of deprogramming that has to happen because you're programmed a certain way. If you've been doing something for so long, you're programmed a certain way. So it'll be interesting to see how she's able to create on her own here in Impact. And congratulations to Trinity and to Impact for getting somebody like Trinity. We actually missed a question. Well, I missed it from I think it was Will that asked if we would see Jacob Fatu. I think he asked it earlier.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. That would be interesting to complete the Bloodline storyline, but that would be interesting. Missed opportunity not having Trinity in the Bloodline, but I'll just leave that there.
Facts.
Oh,
Ruby Soho was programmed when she first went to AEW. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a WWE style that they a program. Give me 1 second. Yes, I did. See, I remember Will asked about Jacob earlier, and I totally forgot. And Zilla earlier, but I totally forgot. It's kind of crazy though, because you have Trinity's ability crammed into a guy who's not being properly utilized over in the other company. But yeah, this is what is it?
T-shirt
treat. Okay, yes.
I'm a hood rat. I know what that is.
And it is.
It really quick to get off of that.
Yeah.
A couple new things, right?
Yeah.
I just want to say this man can go to hell. So can Stephanie, honestly. So we have the draft. Oh no, Stephanie Ben can go to hell, and that's on Joni Lara. We have the draft coming up starting today. If you are listening on a Friday,
yeah, Friday morning.
And I know Knuckles wants to rant really quick about the new title belt.
Oh yes, okay. Before we get out of here, yes.
But the draft,
motherfucking shit.
the draft is coming. The draft starts tomorrow. Do we see? I'm fighting through it. Do we see any call-ups?
Yes,
boy.
Yes, boy.
Yes, boy. After what happened to Pretty Deadly on NXT, I fully expect.
Yeah.
With the fishes.
With the fishes, yes. It's go ahead. I don't even want to get into NXT, but yeah, go ahead. Because
I'm really quick about NXT.
Yeah.
All the best to Soruka.
Yeah.
She did tear her ACL, which is an awful injury, especially since she can do what she can do.
Yeah.
Right. And I hope she recovers, and I hope she's able to come back better and faster and stronger. I truly hope, because I really like Soruka. Also, all the best to Indy Hartwell, also, who legitimately her ankle.
Yeah.
And I want to give props to both Roxanne and Tiffany. And I do want to, after all this Tucker racism, I do want to praise Tiffany for something here, right? Tiffany recently stated that she wants to stay in NXT and polish her skills. She states, this is what she said herself, that
Yeah.
she doesn't have the selling down pat, that she doesn't have the ring psychology down pat, and she wants to work on that. I appreciate her being self aware enough to know what she needs to work on, and that's going to be the reason why she's going to be a star.
Yeah.
As long as you stay away from black hairstyles, girl, you will be a star. Okay, unlike Xylee.
Wow.
Also,
Yikes.
I'm on one. Listen, the draft. I feel like there's going to be a Roxanne call up. I think Katana Chance and Kaden Carter should be called up.
We can only hope so.
Pretty deadly, of course.
Yes, boy.
I'm trying to think. Maybe Chase U as a whole. I feel like I honestly think I personally think that could work on the main roster. I think so.
I just don't think they're ready yet though.
Fair.
Let me see. Did Indy get hurt bad? It wasn't as bad as it initially, and it wasn't as bad as initially thought. But it was bad. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Apparently, they were going to call an audible for Tiffany to win.
They were. I know, and Andy said, "Nah, we ain't doing that." Ran out there for the finish. Because again, I thought initially she broke her leg. Like I thought she broke like her ankle. It looked bad.
Same.
Like bad. When they showed the replay, I'm like, oh my god. And not to mention, you mentioned Ruka, Grayson Waller also injured at NXT in the match.
I missed that
against Carmella. Yeah, they went home immediately because he did the rolling stunner into the ring that he does. Totally messed up his leg or his ankle, something, and they went home immediately. And as soon as Carmelo pinned him, it was like 1, 2, 3. Grayson got up and rolled out of the ring, and they got him out of there. Like it was that quick. So all the best to Grayson Waller. Also, I know you guys aren't the biggest Grayson fans, but
I truthfully did not know that he was.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Three injuries on this show.
I have to go back and watch that.
Yep, watch the finish of the match. It was right at the finish that they did, because I think they improvised that finish. They went home like immediately. But yeah, so just wanted to get that out there.
All right, Knuckles. I know you want to get it out. This new
Bonji already's ahead of you there.
This new belt, because we're gonna disagree. We're gonna disagree. So go ahead and get it out. The camera's right there, pal.
Where am I?
Bonji says the new championship looks hideous. That's all he said. The new championship looks hideous.
That says belt, Mike. It says belt.
Where? I don't see it.
Right there.
Capital letters.
BELT.
My monitor went out. I can't see it.
Your monitor went out?
I'm screaming. Kevin Dunn work, pal.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
If that ain't the most 1990s WCW I've ever heard.
Yeah, he got it.
My monitor went out.
I didn't
Bobby Heenan. What? God. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the World Heavyweight Championship.
The world is mine. The world is...
So basically, apparently during this St. Patrick's Day holiday, everybody got drunk, including title championships. And Big Gold introduced himself to the WWE title and said, "Hey, trying to fuck tonight?"
Whoa!
What are we doing? What's happening?
So they had a baby. They had a baby in the form of what you see on your screen if you're watching.
I'm fucking screaming.
So let me just go ahead and see. And I'm not gonna lie. It's been 4 days. I kind of okay. As Stephen A. Smith would say, okay. Okay. But what? First of all, you're discrediting Roman. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that at another time. Because how you gonna call the man undisputed and then bring another title belt in? But anyway, why can't we just bring back? Why can't we just bring back Big Gold? Like 80% of the wrestling fans have been requesting for the last 2 years. Instead, you want to be like AEW and New Japan and put your big ass logo in the middle of the damn belt. Will the big old WWE 2K23 community creator? Thank you. That's exactly what it is. It looked like the creators of WWE went on WWE 2023, went on Create a Belt, which they don't even have the option for anymore. You have to go back to like WWE 14 to have a Create a Belt mode, and went and created this bullshit. Like,
I'm gonna
look at Triple H's face. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Oh man!
If this ain't the drizzling shits.
Oh man! Like, not the drizzle. Oh man!
This belt. Bonji, I agree with you. It's terrible. It's terrible. If Charles Barkley looked at this belt, Charles Barkley would say, "Now what the hell is this that you got on my TV screen? This is absolutely terrible. I have never seen."
I thought he was Maya Angelou for a moment.
No, I have never seen anything so stupid in my life. This is absolutely terrible. I mean, I've seen everything in my lifetime. Kobe Bryant, 40-point, 50-point, Krispy Kreme donuts. All of that is good, but this championship is terrible. It is terrible, terrible. Crazy knucklehead, terrible.
Oh man,
that's what I rise.
That's
how would hey Knuckles? How would Tony Khan introduce this new world champion?
No, Michael, no.
Allegedly, of course.
First of all, what's the Excalibur would throw it to him? First of all, Excalibur would be like, and now we're coming to Tony Khan backstage with a big announcement. And so,
oh my God, please.
Tony be like,
I can't do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got a big announcement right now. We're introducing a new World Heavyweight Championship. And it looks like the drizzling shits. I'm telling you, this wasn't even my idea. Don't blame me for it, man. Just blame the writers and creators of the content that you see on your television screen every Wednesday and every Friday and every coming on Saturday. Don't forget, we got Collision coming up. But anyway, I just want to say that this belt was not my idea. This belt is ugly as hell. Triple H, what the hell were you thinking, man? I said all of that to say this. Please make sure you join us on Wednesday and Friday for Rampage. Join us for Dynamite. Jay Cargill shouldn't have won. He should have been tied by Korea. I'm just saying that. Man, everybody, have a good night. I'm out of here. Thank you, man.
And that's just one bump of coke.
Yeah.
So if I could be really, really like Frankie Lyman about this,
yeah.
Stay tuned for Rampage.
Where did he go? Where did he say that from? Tony Khan from behind the stage. Stay tuned for Rampage.
If I can be really Frank Ocean, like Frank Mitchell about this,
okay.
I don't hate it per se.
Nor do I.
I feel that it's a nod to Big Gold, but also I feel like it's celebrating the past as well as the future, where they've been and where they're going. I truly think that it's gonna take some time to get used to, because I also didn't like it at first until I saw it from like a different angle or a different spot. I was like, okay, wait, this is not as bad as people are pointing out to be. I know a lot of people feel the way they do about Big Gold in WCW.
The greatest belt of all time.
WCW, baby. I know how people feel the way they do about that belt, Mike.
The greatest championship of all time.
I personally, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I thought it was hideous at first, and then after a while, like, okay, wait, this isn't that bad. A lot of you are doing a lot, but I see both sides like Chanel, right? I understand why people love it, and I also see why people hate it. I mean, I said Frank Ocean, and there's an inside joke there. But anyway, both sides. Anyway, so I get why people are upset about it, but I also get why people like it. I feel like it's celebrating the past and the future together, and I get why people are upset because it's like, oh, you're erasing everything that WCW, and then what about Roman? That kind of like defeats the purpose of Roman holding the titles. Honestly, I don't think it does. I think, and a lot of people call it a consolation prize, in which I see why they feel that way. But let's be real, Roman is getting that. I think Romo, not Tony.
Who's Romo?
Roman is wow. Roman is gonna beat that record. I don't think Roman is gonna lose the titles anytime soon, and ... But we do need a fighting champion on another show. I think they're gonna introduce a new belt. I feel like they're gonna introduce a new belt for Roman, as a combination. Because I was hearing, heard it through the grapevine that they were gonna separate the tag titles. They're gonna get new tag titles. They're gonna get new women's titles. Now, yes, you can say that this could have been avoided by at least Cody winning one of those titles and having them split the titles. But I feel like if they have a World Heavyweight Championship on one show, and then or they might just change it, or the WWE Championship on another show.
They have to change it, V.
Yeah, they have to change it. I feel like that's what they're going to do. I feel like that's what they're going to do. I think Roman's going to get a new title. He's going to beat. He might be beating Bruno. I think he might be beating Bruno. I think they're going to do it.
Hell no.
Wait, wasn't
you realize he's got to be champion for like 400 more days?
They might.
They gonna drag that man into the ground. That man ain't gonna have no.
No, of course. If Roman's like absolutely not, then that's something different. But I feel like that's where they going, because if they weren't going that way, Cody would have won.
V, we don't talk about Bruno, Manji. So.
Oh no, Bruno Sammartino is fine. Bruno from Encanto is fine. Other Brunos we don't talk about. Anyway,
Will says, as an avid big gold championship lover, it's gonna take time to love it, and that will at this point be based on the prestige of it.
That says belt, Mike.
The prestige of what?
Where? The prestige of the championship. I guess we're going back to the World Heavyweight Championship lineage, I would assume.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. Because it looks like big gold. So I don't know.
It don't even look like big gold. It don't even look big. It looks like the shape of the WCW television title. It's got all that bullshit on the side. When they first unveiled it, you couldn't even tell that it said World Champion. It just looked like a big ass double W in the middle of the shit. I'm like, what is this? Like,
what is this? It's our new champion.
That's the kind of shit. You know what? They should have had a game show host unveil that belt, only for them to say, "Oh, we appreciate you coming out. We got lovely party gifts for you." That's what that belt should be.
Bonji says it looks like the AEW Women's Championship.
It looks like it looks like the belt.
And then Will says
it's small beige.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I got
big gold. It's small beige. Yeah, I
guess I got to get used to it. But yeah. I mean, you really, honestly, and truly could have just did what we did years ago. I mean, so the whole thing is, this is going to be WWE World Champion, right?
World Heavyweight
I
Champion.
think we were
World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes.
So they're gonna. So rumor and innuendo says they're gonna keep the Universal title.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Which I kind of think
they might change it. They might change the design, but it's probably gonna be called the Universal title.
Yeah. Wouldn't it make more sense to keep the WWE Championship? But
thank you. It would make more sense to keep the the brand name title. This is why it made sense when Eric Bischoff introduced it and gave it to Triple H. During that time we had a WWE champion.
Yeah.
When he introduced that belt, he did not put WWE's name on it. It was the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
There was no WWE about it. There was nothing It was in WWE,
right,
but it was the World Heavyweight Championship, not the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It was just the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
And then you had your WWE champion. So why can't, if you're going to sit there and acknowledge the past, bring back the past. WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion. And everything would have been right with the world. Except except now we have the WWE World Heavyweight Television Gimmick of the World Championship now.
Yeah.
It's a stupid ass idea, but stupid creative. Oh.
Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have Jade. Never mind. I'm not even gonna try. All right. Anyway.
That shit will give you a headache.
Cassidy, 19 straight title defenses, which leads to my point that I made last week that he's probably the most protected champion in AEW history at this point. And again, I'm not calling him a world champion. I'm just saying champion in general. He's the most protected champion in AEW history at this point.
The international
most legitimate at this point. Most legitimate. 19 straight wins. The guy wrestles every week and has good matches every week. The match with Bandito is really good. Hold on. The new championship will be called the WWE Universal Championship.
No, Mike, we went to the same school.
No, we went to the same. Yeah.
Isn't that what it was called?
Both can read. We both have the ability to read, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me be the impartial judge. Let me see.
I read many different ways. You can catch that if you want to. And
okay.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That says belt. Thank you.
I see new championship will be.
That says new. No, it says new belt will be cool.
I don't see it went away.
The WW no, and I'm gonna bring it back up. But you know that I could also show this shit too. So new. The new belt will be called the WWE Universal Championship Belt. That says belt.
Does it?
BELT. Belt. This is belt.
I don't see it.
Clean glasses.
Not the head scratch. This the head scratch. Let me put my glasses on and see.
Take us home, please. Take us home, please.
Oh man, look.
On here.
It's very late on this side of the world. So before we go, I do have another announcement.
Oh,
I've talked to Mike about this, so this is something that has been on my mind for a while. Let me be clear. King V is not leaving the show. Okay. Very soon, I don't know when, but very soon, I will be taking a step back. Go for the pen. I feel as if I need to do that for myself. I don't want to be as transparent with this because this is very private, but I think I could be transparent here. I haven't been okay, right? and I haven't been okay for a while, for a very long while, and I feel as if you watch this show regularly, you probably see that. So very soon I will be taking a break. Once again, I want to reiterate, I am not leading the show. As long as my face is on that logo, I will be leading the show. Okay. But I feel to prioritize my mental health, I want to take a step back. And I know that both Mike and Knuckles will do just fine without me there. I will be there in a capacity because, still on the logo. But I feel that for me, and in order for me to be better, I feel like that would be a good decision. But I will be open and let you guys know when I will be taking a step back. But I wanted to let you guys know in advance, just so one day you see both Mike and Knuckles and you don't see me. I don't want anybody speculating. I don't want any rumors. I don't want any bullshit. Anything that happens with me will come directly from me. I just wanted that to be understood and said. But to go ahead and end the show, I want to thank, of course, Mike and Knuckles for being a part of this. We also want to thank all of you for supporting us for the past 3 years. Like I said, this journey hasn't been easy. uh, Ups, downs, left, right, diagonals, upside downs, all that. Thank you guys so much for enjoying, watching, listening, commenting, sharing, however you consume us. That sounds bad. However you consume the content that we create. We're live,
promo there. Yeah,
however you decide to consume the content that we create.
Ooh, I've been consumed. I need a cigarette.
I wish. Anyway, thank you.
Oh wow, okay.
For supporting us through this whole time. We love you guys.
Definitely.
Across galaxies and multiverses. Don't cry. With that being said, you can find us at the Go for the Pin Show on Twitter and Go for the Pin _ show on Instagram. You can follow. I am fucking done with you.
I'm trying not to sell it.
Before we give you guys the rest of the social media, Bonzi said, we'll just tell people you're training for your Impact debut.
Ooh, yes, Impact.
And heads up. Thank you. I'm hollering at Impact debut. Jesus. Yes, Go for the Pin _ show on Instagram. Go for the Pin show on Twitter. You can follow Mike at DJ Mikey Q on Instagram and DJ Mikey Q on Twitter and Mike _ EQ on Instagram. You can follow our official third host, DJ Knuckles, at JPS Music 15 on Twitter and DJ _ Knuckles on Instagram. You can follow yours truly.
To Instagram?
You hear that?
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're live, pal. You can follow me at KingV _ the ruler on Instagram and _ watch my throne on Twitter. And you guys, man, this has been a wild ride.
It has.
And it may or may not get wilder.
We never know.
You never know. We are.
I don't mean like
never know.
Either. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Knuckles?
I just wanted to. I just want to say this in passing, and I'm going to keep it very, very short. First of all, thank you guys again. This is this couldn't have come at a better time. I understand completely where V is coming from. So this couldn't have come at a better time. Secondly, V, we got you.
Yep.
Let me just make that very clear. A lot of people don't get the whole mental health thing until it happens to them. So they sell it very short. But mental health is a real thing.
Yeah.
So I think I can speak for Mike when I say this. We got you. Take all the time you need. Get better. See 10 times better than you are now. And when you come back, go for the pin and be better than ever. So do you already know? And I'm gonna be transparent out here. I'm gonna keep it real in the streets. I text you a lot off the camera to make sure you're good. Whether something was going on with you or whether it wasn't going on with you. I talk to you guys all the time.
Yeah.
This isn't just a front of the camera thing. This is I wish I could bottle what we have here and sell it. Because this is like brotherhood. This is real friendship. And here's the kicker. I'm in one place. I'm in one place. V is in another place. Mike is in another place. So it's not like we're in the same city. Yet we're connected like we are. So I said that to say this. And it's not just us. It's not just us. It's Bon G. It's Ray. It's Mitchell. It's John. It's all of the people that watch. Don't consider the people that watch the show. Don't consider yourself just watchers.
Right. You guys are a part of it as much.
Yeah, you're everything. This thing doesn't work without the people who watch and tell and sending these comments and these questions. John, you was like, how do we like your questions? They're questions.
Yeah.
The show doesn't run without your questions. So and they say there's no such thing as a stupid question, which is true.
It is.
Like, we function because of you. So all that to say this, V, we love you. Take your time. Get better. We got this. You don't do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Get better. Go for the pin. Isn't going nowhere. And even if it was, we're here. We're here. Yeah, we out here.
We'll be here when V gets back, and and we got you. We love you. And we got you. Go for the pin. Everybody that watched, thank you. Everybody that listened. If you told a friend about it, if you hold on, please, we are family with the Dream Girl sound check. Yeah,
we are a family like a giant tree. Reaching out to the sky.
Or how about High School Musical? Together,
we all in this together. Or if amigas, cheaters. I told them myself there. Friends for life. I didn't know that.
What is it? March? What is it? March the 5th? Yeah. You guys got to tune in because I got to defend this. You guys got to tune in.
March? You mean May?
May 5th. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wait, let me just be clear. I will be back next week. It's just I just wanted to let you guys know in advance of whenever I decide to take a step back. But go for the pin. It's in good hands. Officially, Mike, I can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you, bro. Michael,
Mike, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you. We're live.
I can hear me. Is the
gimmick we hear you now. Yes,
you turned this mic off.
I was saying, Knuckles has a huge title defense next week, so we will be here. Backlash goes down next.
I forgot about Backlash.
Saturday, I think. Yes,
Cinco de Mayo is holiday time. Yeah.
So we will be back next week. Thank you all for joining us. I don't know what I was saying there. I'm a little tongue like this because Knuckles keeps showing me that beautiful, prestigious go for the pin championship. But that's it. That's all. Good night, everybody. We love all of y'all. Thank y'all. Peace. Knicks and 6.